Let's come to this now. The Hawks have raided a house and business premises in Ekurhuleni. This in a probe related to alleged corruption at Thembisa Hospital. Well, they conducted search and seizure operations at a house in Bedfordview, as well as offices in Germiston and Edenvale. Whistleblower Babita Deokaran flagged several dodgy transactions at the hospital just weeks before her murder. But I'm now joined by Gauteng Hawks spokesperson, Captain Lloyd Ramovha, on the line to give us an update on this particular raid and seizure operation. And Captain Lloyd, thank you so much for your time, and good afternoon to you. Just perhaps take us through the activity of the day when you did arrive at both the house and the offices. Did you find anything?
Good afternoon to you and to the viewers and the listeners alike. Look, yeah, we did conduct the search and seizure operations this morning. We basically just finished with those. Our target was a house in the Bedfordview area, as well as offices in Germiston and Edenvale, respectively.
With that being said, what evidence do you have that led to believe that the suspect in question, which I understand according to your statement you haven't named, has actually a case to answer when it comes to the Thembisa Hospital tender scandal?
Yeah, look, this was basically a follow-up operation stemming from the one that we did during 2022, towards the end of 2022, basically, where we conducted a search and seizure operation at the Thembisa Hospital and seized documentary proof as well as gadgets. And that has now led us to this leg of the investigation, hence we conducted the bed operations this morning.
When it comes to this particular ANC senior official whose home, I understand, it belongs to, how much did they allegedly benefit, according to the evidence you have before you, in as far as the Thembisa Hospital scandal is concerned?
Well, as much as you guys are at liberty to actually name the individuals involved, our policy does not allow us to actually mention the name, because you would understand that the investigation itself has barely begun. You know, the report that we first got hold of in this instance was in October or so last year, as the case was opened. But now, in terms of the amount itself, we're looking at the amount in its holistic nature, and we are talking just above 1 billion rand.
Perhaps take us back, Mr. Ramovha, to 2022, where you seized documents, computers from the embattled Ekurhuleni Hospital. In as far as the Public Finance Management Act infringement, I mean, how much are we talking here? How much of an infringement goes into this case?
In fact, the trail goes back to 2016 up until early ages of 2020. We've uncovered that there's about over 220 entities involved in this scheme, whereby they siphoned the money from the Department of Health, of course, through tenders at the Thembisa Hospital. So it's wide-ranging, really.
How was this infringement or this contravention made possible, would you say?
Okay, from the investigations that we've gathered, these people were doing something that they call price gouging, and then there would be kickbacks, perhaps with staff and other associated members. They would inflate prices or duplicate invoices. Those were just among other contraventions.
And what products are we talking about here when we talk of inflated prices? What exactly were they selling to the hospital?
Oh, well, it ranges from food, you know, your boerewors, your uniform items, shoes, and all of that. But all of those were being sold at exorbitant prices, basically. So hence our interest in the matter.
Just before I let you go, Mr. Ramovha, any arrests made so far?
Can you repeat that?
Are there any arrests that have been made so far?
No, at this stage we haven't effected any arrests. But as I say, there's various individuals and entities that we are looking into, and investigation continues, and we'll make pronouncements as and when that those happen.
Well, I appreciate you speaking to me about this afternoon. Gauteng Hawks spokesperson Lloyd Ramovha, thank you so much for your time.